finishes that they're supposed to do. They don't know who the customer is. They don't care who the customer is. All they care about is getting the finish done correctly to match their step panel. They have step panels, they have books, they all have books at each station with their steps, written down, the materials that they're supposed to use, and their step panels to go by. So this is their Bible. They have to go by these step panels to get the finish correct each time and every time. So that's their main concern. They don't even know who it's going to. I have some of these whitewood pieces that I've put on boards to show you the difference in the colors of the wood. When we're doing chips, especially, we try to keep all of our white, clean chips for our stain finishes. All of the other chips that don't look quite as good, we put those in paint finishes. Because once you've painted a chip, you can't see the wood. The wood doesn't really matter. But on a stain finish, it does. And I've done this. This is the same stain that I've put on all these chips, and a little sealer, so you can see the different colors that it affects the stain finishes. That makes it harder for the person doing the finishing when we have frames, especially mahogany. They're putting mahogany in a light finish. You're not going to have the correct color. The end product's not going to be the correct color. Our hardwood and our rubber wood. You can see that the hardwood, the maple, is really smooth and slick. The rubber wood, you can see a lot of ticking, a lot of color variation. It's a little more yellow. And this is an example of our stains. You can see this one's highly distressed. This one's really smooth. This is on the hard maple. You can see the difference in it. When you've got really good, clean wood, you're going to get a really good, clean finish. And this particular finish, you can see all of the different streaks and the mineral streaks and the...
What wood is that?
I'm not really sure what Case Goods does theirs on, but this is similar to
what
our rubber wood. Yeah, it's a Case Goods. But it's the same way with our rubber wood. The rubber wood, you'll see all the little ticking marks in it that you can see, whereas the maple will be real slick and smooth. This is silver paint with a glaze on top, silver paint. This is leaf with the same glaze on top. So you can see the difference that leafing makes. Why the customer will be paying an upcharge for that. I also get questions, can we do leaf on, or do the frame like we do the 41 stripe. This is the 41 finish, which is a paint. It's a silver paint, and we go back over the silver with a gold. This is leaf that's gone back over with the gold. You can see the difference in them. This is just the paint and just a stripe, so you can see the difference in that. It just says gold dry brushing. We've had them come in like gold dry brushing like in the catalog. There is no gold dry brushing in the catalog. Everything is striped or leafed. So when it says gold dry brushing, then that means I've got to get on the phone and call you all to find out what exactly they want. Sometimes they'll see a chair in the catalog with a gold stripe on it, and they want it done just like that frame, and then I get an order that says gold dry brush, and I'm thinking they probably want it the way it's done in the catalog, so then I have to call. And normally it is a gold stripe and not gold dry brushing. So this is the silver paint versus silver dry brush. This is the gold paint versus gold dry brush. This is silver leaf, and this is silver leaf striping. We have a silver leaf and silver leaf striping, and there is a difference in that. Gold leaf and gold leaf striping. So it really makes a big difference the way it's written up, as to so we know how to do it, or what accent the customers want. Of course, that gets a glaze on top of it. It's not going to look exactly like that, but I did this for my employees so they would know that, look, you can't paint it out solid. They want it dry brushed. They don't want it striped out. So we're doing a lot of strike-offs. When we get a strike-off to match, we have a book that we go through, and we try to find a color that we can use to match whatever the strike-off is, especially if it's custom. If it's something we've never done before. Sometimes we can't match it here for one reason or another, and we have to send it to Greg in the lab. This is one we got just this week. We had to send to the lab because we couldn't match it with what we had here. A lot of the times we get strike-offs for discontinued finishes, and our material, the some of the finishes have been discontinued for 10 years, so we don't have good material that we can use, so that causes a problem too. We try to match what we can here, so we can get it done quickly. If not, we have to send it to the lab. For the cowtail and then the spatter, and this is our old cowtail. It's basically dipped into the material and dabbed on the frame and then knocked down with a rag. Whipping is exactly what it looks like. We're going to whip it. We just whip it like this to make the little marks on the frame. So they're handmade, but they do the job.
Dolls, this was and artificial history.